very excited about this dish. This is the fall, it's autumn, roasted beets, roasted vegetable season. I'm going to show you a real quick dish that I put together here. Actually, I picked a lot of this up from Jamie Oliver back in London years ago, and just refined it a little bit. So pan down on the pan there, Deb, and let's give them a good look at it. Yeah. So what I've done is I've cubed up my beets. I've got red beets, gold beets and chioggas, and I've got some turnip I've thrown in there. And then I'm going to add also, I'm going to put this over here, I'm going to put this big wedges of some red onion in there. I mean, look at that, wonderful. So I'm going to bang that in there. Hey, wait a minute, I've got an apple. I'm going to knock this apple together real quick. This is the fall, so I like to use as much things as I can, okay? So we'll get rid of that core, and I'm just going to chop this up, just rough, because I want, really what I want is the sweetness from the apple, just to add to the sauce, yeah? So bang that in there like that. Doesn't matter how you cut this. When I'm cutting things on camera, I always blooming well think of that Julia Child movie. Remember when she roasted a chicken or a duck or some bloody thing and it falls on the floor, and she says, oh, you know, she bends down, picks the bloody thing up, pats it off and says, get back in the pan, you silly bugger. I mean, can you imagine? This is live TV. It was none of this Photoshop or fix this, that and the other. I mean, my hats off to that old girl. Love it. Okay, pretty simple, right? I've got some olive oil here. I'm going to bang some of this in. You really just have to judge yourself how much you use here, depending on how much vegetables you're using. So I'm just going to kind of give that a good old toss here. Mix that around with my hands. Alright. Forgot to point out, I just cut my veggies on Kurt Feuermeister's cutting board we got as a wedding present. Anyway, throw that in there. I've got some lemon thyme. Now, if you've got lemon thyme, use it. This is killer stuff. And I've got a little bit of rosemary, but more lemon thyme than rosemary, okay? I'm just going to throw that all over there, like that. Pretty good pinch of salt. Don't be afraid of salt, because if you don't eat processed foods, then your body needs salt. Just like, you know, when you buy a horse, the first thing you do is put a salt lick out for it, because you've introduced it to processed foods, meaning hay or alfalfa or whatever. So, alright, I've got a pinch of, so I've salt and peppered it. I've got a pinch of chili flakes. Not too many, because, you know, we've got the kids eating this. Nice bunch of garlic here. Now, what I've done with the garlic is I've just taken that nasty root end off, the tough bit, and just given it a big, kind of a little crack with my knife there, whacked it. So the skins will stay on, but they'll come off easy. That way the garlic will cook, but it won't turn black on you because the skins are protected. But you do want to check that. I've got about 2/3 of a stick of butter. I'm just going to bang that in there like that, no worries. And then I've got a little 1 cup of Madeira, and you can use Madeira white wine. This is a cheap, nasty stuff made out of raisins. You can use vermouth, you can use white wine. But I like to use a little bit of this because it does give it that little sweetness. This is a killer dish, I'm telling you. Little 1/2 cup of chicken stock, homemade chicken stock. That'll dilute the Madeira just a little bit so it's not so sweet. And I'm telling you, this dish will put lead in your pencil. This will put fuel in the fuel tank, yeah? So I'm going to cover this with foil, bang it in the oven for about 45 minutes, and then we'll be right back. We'll see you in 45 minutes. Alright, look at this. Finished. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vegetables. Took an hour because I wanted to reduce it down just a little bit. So let me just plate some of this up for you. You can tell me what's wrong with this, because I don't see anything. This is blooming beautiful, right? This. Now, don't forget, you can put anything in there. You can put potatoes in here, rutabaga, anything really go in here. Look at this. So, just plating us up some veggies here. We've got a couple of little bits of garlic. Look at that. This is full winter dish right here. So all I'm going to do here is I think what we're going to do, we've got to see where them apples, see them apples almost like gone. Yeah, look at that. Almost gone. So what I'm going to do, let's put that aside real quick, and I'm going to take some of the juice and I'm going to plate that up. See, this is just reduced butter and wine, and I mean, this is loveliness, folks. Look at this. Oh my God. I mean, you know, except for that little boo-boo right there, which I'm going to take care of. This is lovely, isn't it? Look at that. I mean, God blimey. Why would you really go anywhere else but your own house when you've got stuff like that going on? Alright. Cheers. Bon appetit.